Hey, hey, hey. How's it going? How's it going, people? Um, Apologies if I seem to be going a little bit. Just a moment. I'm hearing myself back. Just give me a moment. It's certainly working, which is a good thing. Certainly working. But anyway, like I was saying, I seem to be the frame rate seems to be a little bit out, or uh, maybe the signal. I don't know the internet, but it should be fine. I got quite a good signal strength here, but sometimes I do. Sometimes it kind of goes a bit weird. But anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to another live chat on the Bronies UK channel. I am John. Soon, hopefully, we will be joined with my fellow co-host Sam, and possibly, I don't know yet, but possibly we may be joined with our good friend Lawrence as well. And here is Sam now.
Nosy. Hanging out alone on the Bronies UK channel. Thought I'd come and give you some company. Sir, how are you? I cannot hear anything you're saying. You're completely silent. No, I can't hear you. Can you hear me at all? Because I can't hear you.
No?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Must have temporarily muted. No, for some reason something's going wrong with these headphones. I might take them off anyway because one of
Why
them.
are you wearing headphones?
Because it cancels out background noise.
Get a better computer.
True.
Or a better speakers, or a better mic, or a better, webcam.
I have got a better microphone and a good webcam.
Right, then get some better speakers.
It's not the speakers.
Well, the speakers just, you just come to the speakers here. Hear you fine.
Yeah, you come through my speakers, but the proper way to stream is through headphones. You've seen everybody wear headphones for streaming.
Yeah, but I can't be asked. What's the point?
Well, that's because you're weird.
Yeah, I can hear you fine on the headphones, speakers, whatever. I can hear you fine on the speakers, so don't need headphones.
True, but it kind of, in case there's anybody rings, any phone calls or anything like that, hopefully it'll kind of, well, you might hear it a little bit, but it's just to kind of muffle out any background interference.
But it wouldn't muffle out any background interference. The background interference would be picked up by the microphone, not by the speakers.
True. Anyway. I don't know what I'm on about.
No, I don't know either what you're on about, John.
Well,
have you watched episode 6 yet? In fact, have you watched any episodes of season 9?
I've only watched the first 2.
Bloody hell, John! We just did episode 6 today. Yeah, like 4 behind, mate.
Well,
you finished season 8, right? You finished season 8.
Yeah, finished season 8.
Oh,
I'm on season 9. Mate, you've seen. Well, hopefully, I've seen the 2 reviews on part 1 and part 2 I've done.
Yes, I'm merely quoting that. I am aware you have done the reviews.
So then, why would I review something I haven't seen?
Well, because you don't review every episode.
Well, we should do. Really, should we get into a systematic thing of talk about every episode? Really, in my opinion. But then I need to watch episode 3, and then I need to talk about that because that would make the first 4 episodes spoken about.
Yeah, I'll definitely be covering the final. I'll be talking about that. We're only 20 episodes away from the end. Bloody hell. Time flies, really.
I know. I've been watching AC Race Best lately, and he's been well into his convention schedule, and I've just watched from about 3 weeks ago. I forgot what it's called now. There was a convention about a month ago now. So I just watched that, and then there was BabsCon. I think last week now. Yeah, it would have been last week. So BabsCon's just gone, and I've just been kind of catching up on his stuff. And he's kind of been talking mainly, because obviously he does the vlogs, so it's kind of like a vloggy thing. And so yeah, he's pretty much been talking about it's a weird year. Obviously the show's finishing. Uncertainty about the future of conventions, uncertainty about the future of the show, the franchise.
So the franchise won't go anywhere, mate. Gen 4, Friendship is Magic has been hugely successful, more successful than Hasbro ever knew it would be. To be frank, yeah, okay, Gen 5 is a bit up in the air. We don't know what Gen 5 will be about. There will definitely be a Gen 5, but when it will be released is a mystery. Now, I've got to say this. We've already had confirmation there'll be another MLP cinematic film 2 years from now in 2021, so that confirms that. Obviously, Equestria Girls is still continuing for at least another 2 years, I reckon. And I wouldn't be worried about the conventions, because the conventions aren't just going to, stop because, Friendship is Magic is finishing this year. I mean, realistically, a convention celebrating something specific isn't going to end just because that season or that franchise finishes. I mean, there's if you kind of think about it, the fan base is more than just the show, and the fan base shouldn't go anywhere just because the show is ending. I mean, look at He-Man, for example. There's still a massive He-Man fan base, even though He-Man's been off the air for probably well over a decade now. Actually, no more than that, about 15 years. The comics are still going, but you can't buy He-Man toys anymore unless it's on eBay. And there is still a fan base there. Realistically, the Brony fan base isn't going to go anywhere. I mean, it may slow down a bit, but it's not going to go anywhere when Gen 4 ends. And I can't see the conventions just ending because this is the last season. A fan base lives off itself. I see no reason for anything bad to happen to the fan base just because the franchise ends. I mean, you could show up to a convention and there could be somebody dressed there as a character from a show that's been off the air for 20 years, but they're still a fan of that show. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk, and I will say that I have my concerns about people within the fan base. I have some worries that some people are taking the ending of the series a bit hard. And I would say to anybody out there that is a big fan, and if you are taking it hard, if you are feeling that the show ending is going to end an important part of your life, us fans, we're all in it together. We're all here, and we're all happy to listen and talk about it. Remember, just because the franchise is ending, DVDs, we've got the DVDs, we've got the music, we can watch it anytime on DVD or download or whatever. But it's not going to go anywhere because the franchise is ending. And as I said, plenty of people out there willing to listen and talk. Just saying, and Bronies UK is here for anybody if you want to jump on. I'm serious. Any fans of MLP happen to end up listening to this or watching this, and if you really want to jump on with us tonight, I will happily send you a link, because we've never actually had anybody apart from, we're seeing me, Nosy, and Lawrence on here. So yeah, just saying. Sorry for being off on a tangent now, but I just wanted to say that.
No, it's fine. I mean, it is a bit disconcerting, like what Sam said. That's the uncertainty of the future of the franchise. But like Sam said, I mean, even AC Race Best mentioned as well that because he does YouTube panels, he also does Bronies Reacts, because obviously that's what he's mainly known for, is the Bronies Reacts stuff. And he does, I think, if they do about 2 or 3, maybe 4 things at each convention that they go to, that's scheduled. And he pretty much kind of a few times he was asked like the question of like, when MLP or Gen 4 finishes, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue with your videos on YouTube? Are you going to continue to talk about ponies? Are you going to kind of go on to a different tangent, different thing, all this, that, and the other? There's all this uncertainty about the creators on YouTube as well, because numbers have dropped within the past year or so. So it's kind of a bit disconcerting, but it kind of put a lot of people at rest, kind of saying, look, the Brony fan base isn't going anywhere. These conventions will still keep going on if people are still paying money for tickets and there's still an interest in these conventions, they will still be happening all over the world. I mean, and it's kind of one of those things, is that what AC Race Best said is that is the truth. There's a bit of uncertainty going on with it, because we don't really know what the future will bring. All we know of is that this season 9 is the last season, and that there's going to be a feature-length movie in 2021. And that is as far as we really know of what's going to happen. And we've got like a little bit of a plot, rough plot line of what the movie could be, and people are saying it's going to be a standalone. Excuse me. So it's just kind of just thinking to myself that don't worry, folks. Anyone that's watching, I mean, it doesn't state anyone is watching, to be quite honest, for some reason on here, but it doesn't really matter. The point is that we are live. It doesn't state anyone is watching, to be quite honest. I'll just mute myself. There we go. It does. Like we're trying to say is that there are some good people out there in the fan base that you can reach out to. A local gathering for like a meetup maybe in your local area. Go and meet up with meet new people, talk in a group environment, because everybody look. There's so many different fan bases and fandoms out there that have gone through the same thing over time. You've had essentially Star Wars at one point. There was literally Star Wars was pretty much done when it came to the theatrical movies, like the original trilogy, and then all of a sudden, when me and Sam were just kids, they announced that they were doing the prequel trilogy. So we got them, but then after that, it was quite a long time with nothing. There was TV shows like Clone Wars and things like that, like cartoon stuff, but there wasn't really anything else that the fans could really get behind. And then when Disney purchased the rights, Disney purchased the rights of LucasArts or Lucasfilm, and literally just like, holy crap, this is a kind of interesting thing. And then obviously The Force Awakens and that, I know I'm going off a tangent again. They're not really going to talk about Star Wars in this, but the idea is that at one point there was really nothing ready to get behind except for Clone Wars, and there was a big gap for many years. So there is a resurgence within fan bases. Star Wars, Marvel, anything really. There's sometimes kind of a bit of an absence of what's going on. I mean, at the moment, Marvel, it's MCU, so it's constantly non-stop at the moment. But what I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to drive at, is that this is the Brony fandom, or the My Little Pony isn't the only fan base that has gone through this sort of thing. basically what we found ourselves in is obviously a period of transition, which periods of transition are very uncertain and also a little bit scary because we don't know. There will be a continuation past Gen 4. There will be a possible Gen 5. What this Gen 5 will consist of, we don't know yet. Will it be good? Will it be crap? Will it be about the same quality as French Magic, or will it be far exceed it? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But like I say, we are at the crossroads. We're at the point of just this transition period from Gen 4 to a possible new generation. We just need to be patient, people. We just, anyone watching this live, we just got to be, we just got to be patient. We just got to have faith. And we can't really say this too much, but it's Hasbro after all. But we've got to try and have a bit of faith in Hasbro, the people behind the scenes, people of DHX Media, the people that bring French Magic to us. The ones that the character designers, the story, the writers and the artists and everybody, the voice actors and everything. Collectively they've brought us one of the most rarest of cartoon series where it's just exploded it's just absolutely exploded around the world of how popular it is and how it's been well received. And Hasbro know this now. Hasbro are well aware they are pretty much sitting on a gold mine, and I can't see them stopping anytime soon. And the thing is, a lot of this uncertainty is followed around BronyCon ending, which is literally, I think, it's one of the largest American pony conventions. I think it was actually I think it was one of the original ones. I think it's been around for quite a long time. BronyCon. I can't.
No, BronyCon. Technically, I mean, to my knowledge, PonyCon, the UK one that we're up to in October, that's actually been around longer. That's been around, I believe, about 15, 16 years. BronyCon, I believe, started about 2013, I think. I think it's only been around about 6 or 7 years.
Right.
It's fairly recent because hang on, let me look at it. I know PonyCon, if I'm right, started about let's see here. So PonyCon, here we are. 2004 was when PonyCon first started.
Okay.
And then BronyCon, I believe, was 2013. So BronyCon started 2011. So it was literally about just after around about season 2 then. The very first BronyCon was June 25th, 2011. There was 100 attendees at the very first one. And then the highest level of attendees was 2015 at 10,000. And then literally it was sort of then went from 7,000, 6,000, 5,000. And it did start to drop quite a bit with attendees. But yeah, PonyCon's been around the longest. So 2003 that started.
Well, okay. But yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, the uncertainty around BronyCon is what's kind of not just BronyCon. There's quite a few over the years that have sadly closed their doors forever, and they were kind of loved or kind of beloved by a lot of the fans that went to them, and I can completely understand that. And but don't worry, there's loads and loads and loads of conventions in America. There's still a few in the UK as well, that are still quite, chugging along quite nicely, getting fairly decent numbers through the door. So, and while there is still a market for it, while there is still an interest, there will still be conventions, and there will still be the Brony fandom. The Brony fandom is not going to go anywhere. There's still going to be people making content on YouTube, like ourselves. There's still going to be people making or doing music. There's still going to be creativeness. There's still going to be that hub. But until the next generation or some sort of a new show is announced, I think then we're going to see a resurgence. I think then we're going to start seeing a bit of like curiosity killed the cat, so to speak. And then curious minds from past generations of MLP will come back and we'll check out, see what Hasbro have to offer for the new version. If we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't. But it's going to become some sort of systematic divide. That's what I can see for the future. Is that I can see some sort of a bit of a divide with how the next generation is going to be foreseen or perceived. But at the moment, I can't say that for sure. But in my mind, I kind of think to myself that we are going to see this thing where people are going to be like, look, Gen 4 is a masterpiece of a series. I won't say it's a masterpiece, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of fans are going to say Gen 4 is incredible. I just love it. This new one can just go away. This is my series. So you're going to get some fans that are going to be like that for sure, because that's the same for every fan base out there. But you're going to get those like myself and Sam or other people that are going to be what you would call, we are open to anything. We love ponies. We are open to see what the future brings. Now we will be talking about if there was going to be I don't know why I'm breaking up at the moment. I don't know why. It seems to be kind of going a bit weird. But yeah, so we're not going to be going anywhere. So we will be making content based upon the new version of the show, to kind of just give an idea, just kind of see what it's like for ourselves. We'll probably might stick with it, because you can't really condemn a series when it's just starting out. You can't really condemn it. You got to give it a chance. You got to watch it to the end. In my opinion, you got to watch it to the end. Give it a chance. Because it might start off a little bit, but it might get better as it goes along. You never know. Or it might get good and then start going downhill near the end. It's one of those things. Hasbro have to find a common ground. What's been said is that the next series is going to be more based around a mature audience compared to Gen 4 was.
Yeah, the initial rumor, which is probably going back nearly 3 years now, was Gen 5 was going to be appealing to an older audience, as you say, between the ages of about 12 to 13, and it was going to be an online only series. At the moment, as I said before, it's too early to even tell what Gen 5 will be. I mean, to make it an online series, I don't think that'd really work. But time will tell on that.
I don't think they're going to make an online series. I mean, they're already doing that with Equestria Girls, and I like Equestria Girls, but I'm not a big fan of this webisode thing, webisode series for Equestria Girls. I wanted the continuation, or at least a proper series of at least 20 to 25-minute long episodes. You can't get much character development out of just literally no more than 5-10 minutes. And I don't know. I mean, they've just released a new one recently that I haven't seen either, which is Spring Break one. So they've just done another 45-minute to an hour special called Spring Break or something. So I need to check that out at some point. I mean, I don't mind those 45-minute specials. I'm quite happy and quite content with those, but I don't like where the future of Equestria Girls is going, because when they announced they were going to be making, I know it, no, they had a partnership with YouTube to bring a series. I kind of thought to myself, is this is likely going to be a webisode thing? Because when it comes to YouTube, you don't really get proper feature length seasons with YouTube. It's more or less max minimum of 10 to 15 minutes, or maximum 10 to 15 minutes per episode, and that's usually how it works. But I was kind of hoping in the back of my mind that they would make a proper series like MLP, like proper feature, proper episodes. But it's the way that they're going. They're marketing it in a different way now. It is now canon. You know, it's now been confirmed as canon, both universes. The Pony Twilight is no longer really a part of that franchise and of the Equestria Girl side anymore, because the human Twilight is now in her place. So there's no need for Pony Twilight anymore. So essentially, it is now morphed into its own thing, which is fine. I respect that. But I would have liked it if it would have stayed what it was before, where we actually got like maybe hour-long little movies, feature-length films. Not necessarily have to be over an hour like the other ones were, where they were like an hour and 20, an hour and a half, or something like that. They don't have to be as long as that. They could have literally just kind of shortened them to around about an hour. Because there's still quite a lot you can achieve in about an hour. Yeah, it might be a little bit rushed, but it's doable. I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I like Equestria Girls. I like the characters. I like the whole. It's grown on me. Is the human side of it, but it's just a part of me. I just don't really like. I hate webisodes. I hate webisodes. I've never liked them. I've never seen the point of making a series and just having it 10 to 15 minutes an episode. It makes no sense to me, because I don't know how you can make a compelling character. I don't know how you can do character development and actually kind of make a compelling story and structure within just 15 minutes an episode. It would be very, very, very rushed, and it would just be what's even the point? You know, might as well just give up. That would be my temperament in that predicament. I mean, if I was a filmmaker, or if I was wanting to bring something to YouTube or something to whatever, if I wanted to make something, if it was a series, I would try to give it between half an hour to 45 minutes per episode. Like most of these major big series out there are a minimum between half an hour to 45 minutes per episode. So that's Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is roughly 45 minutes to an hour. And then there's a lot of other stuff that follow the same temperament with episodes. But personally, I would try to keep around about the half an hour to 45 minutes per episode mark, but again, it also depends on the series that I was bringing forward. If it was a cartoon, if it was like an animated series, then the minimum's 25 to 30 minutes. So I would keep it to that standard runtime per episode. But if it was like a feature length live action series like Game of Thrones, for instance, I'd put it to about 45 minutes per episode. That's just me, because that way you can do the character development. You can really start to work. You can kind of, per episode, you can get through quite a lot of story, and you can get through quite a lot of development per different people, different characters. And I really quite prefer, I kind of prefer that. But I know I'm going on a tangent again. It's, that's got nothing to do with MLP to it really, but it's just kind of just trying to convey that my opinion is that I just don't like webisodes. I understand webisode means it's for the internet, but we're in a day and age now where we aren't, we can make videos as long as we want. It's gone are the days that when YouTube was very, very new, where you could only make minimum of 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes was literally the maximum length for video. Then, but in order to go past that, you had to be made a partner or to be verified by YouTube. You had to be verified in order to make longer videos. And that took time. You had to kind of, that took a bit of time. But eventually they changed it and abolished that whole thing. So now you can do as long as you want. But, that's me. That's me. I don't know where Lawrence is. I don't know if he's joining
I mentioned him on both his things, mate, on Facebook. So if he's free, I'm sure he'll come on.
Yeah, well, because he messaged me yesterday. So.
I want to talk about something Brony related.
Sam, now's not the time to talk about your rash issue. Now's not the time to talk about that rash downstairs. You need to keep that to yourself.
Okay, we'll talk about that. I was out today, right? So I want to talk about it because it sort of felt like when you feel like you're listening to somebody who doesn't seem to understand clearly doesn't understand what they're talking about. And so I was in Darley's having some dinner, and like across from me was this group of people. There was this last chatting away, and she was talking about Avengers Endgame, and basically she had gone to see Avengers Endgame and had not seen any of the other Marvel films apart from Thor Ragnarok, which she completely gushed over and said that Thor Ragnarok was the greatest film ever. Anyway, she was rattling on for ages saying she didn't really like Endgame because she didn't understand it. And he said there was just too many characters. She didn't know who any of them were. And she didn't understand what Spider-Man was doing in the film because she didn't actually realise Spider-Man was a Marvel character. And then she was asking, I always thought Batman was a Marvel character. Literally, it was so obvious that she'd just gone to see it with probably a boyfriend or something and had no idea about the background of the film, about any of the events leading up to it. And it's like, seriously, if you're going to take your girlfriend to go and see Avengers Endgame, seriously, guys, make sure she's seen all of the films beforehand. Because that way, there's going to be no questions afterwards. Especially, and also make sure they understand the difference between Marvel and DC.
Yeah. It makes me funny with bloody now idiots. I mean, like, they've been coming out now, these films, for how long? And over 10 years, 22 movies, and like people are still not aware of like the past ones. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. Lawrence is here, mate.
Is he?
Yeah, I was going to send him the link.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sort of interesting to listen to. Kind of curious how many parents are taking the kids to see it, and if any of the kids have actually seen any of the pre-films. I mean, realistically, I would say to at least know what's going on in Endgame, absolute minimum, you have to watch in order Civil War, then Spider-Man Homecoming, then Thor Ragnarok, then Infinity War, then Endgame. If you watched them in that order, you'd at least have an understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd probably say Black Panther as well. Black Panther before Infinity War. That'd probably cover you. And then this is probably the better way to do it. So, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Homecoming, Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame. No, hang on. Let me just. So, I think if you're going to miss a lot of them, the best order I think would be starting off would be Winter Soldier, then Civil War, then Far From Home, then Thor Ragnarok, then Black Panther first, then Thor Ragnarok, then Infinity War, then Endgame. That would be the order if you want to get at least a basic idea of the background.
Yeah, pretty much. Or do the proper thing and watch them from Iron Man onwards.
Yeah, that's probably the best reason to do it.
Would you like to see a defaced picture of my dad?
A defaced picture of your dad?
With a Sharpie?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, totally dig it. Don't know what you're doing, mate, but feel free to continue.
It's a failed picture anyway, so it's oversaturated. So I'm bored, so what the hell not? So Lawrence will be hopefully joining us then. Yeah, because Lawrence messaged me yesterday about, well, not yesterday, on Friday. Messaged if he wanted to go yesterday night, Saturday night. But I said we were going to see Endgame, and I said, do you want to do it either tomorrow, tonight, or Monday? And he said, yeah, he's free tonight, so that's why I decided about. Because I didn't hear anything from him for a while. So
He was asleep.
Probably.
No, he said he was asleep. In his message.
No worries. I mean, if he was asleep, we'd have to wake him up to come on, you know. I mean, if he's tired, he's tired. It's all right, fine. I mean, so UK PonyCon.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
It is.
Personally, I mean, it's going to be the first convention I've been to. Well, actually, the first convention I've been to that's mainly community driven. What I mean by that is where there's no, well, there is guests, but there's no voice actors or anything like that. It's mainly just kind of cosplay and mainly kind of to do with the internet, like YouTube possibly. So it's going to be the first time to kind of deal with a convention like that, but it's going to be interesting to actually witness it and actually see all the fellow Bronies and Pegasisters I like.
I might have a see if there's anything announced. Looks like there's some guest announcements. So they've got a group of YouTubers going who do a lot of the Source Filmmaker stuff, you know, the MLP stuff where they use Source Filmmaker.
Oh yeah,
got 4 of them going on that. That should be pretty interesting. I've always wanted to know a bit more about that software. But yeah, so it looks like they're definitely going to be having a panel about the YouTube kind of side of it. Be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But there's first con, so I think it's going to be interesting. Yeah, really, the thing is, when we go, season 9 will have ended.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's kind of weird. You know, the first PonyCon we're going to technically is also the year that MLP finished. It's sort of a weird thing that. I don't think it really matters. I mean, like I said, that's been going on pre-Gen 4 anyway. I mean, when that first started, technically MLP had been off the air for quite a few years. So it's been, I mean, PonyCon's been running pre the Brony fan base, if you will. I mean, it's technically, there's going to be a lot of people there that are pre the modern fan base. It's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I think UK PonyCon, I think they do get like quite a good, interesting YouTubers. I don't know if it was UK PonyCon or if it was a different one where Black Griffin and Michelle Krieber went.
Yeah, they've been to a few sort of convention cons.
Yeah.
They have been part of some YouTube Q&A panels as well. I mean, the one thing I've been thinking about quite a lot is how will it all end? I mean, will it? They've got to do something special. I feel like I really want something special to happen in the final two-parter. I want it to really mean something, you know, because I think Hasbro. I'm just going to say it. I feel like Hasbro owe it to the fan base to do something special. I don't just want it to kind of end on a way that would, you know, that would almost feel like it's not the final season. I feel like it needs to end in a way that really does state this is the end. Thank you for everything. I really feel like that's what needs to be done for the final.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yep, he's here. He's here.
Hi guys.
Where on
Yeah.
earth have you been?
I was having a nap.
You're having a nap. Oh my god. He was having a nap. Well, you're here now, mate, which is good. Which is good. You seen Endgame yet?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. Well, we can't talk about it because there's bound to be people watching who may not have seen it yet. So unfortunately, we can't really talk about it. Did you hear about the guy who walked into a showing of it? Apparently, about a week ago, in a cinema somewhere in the UK, somebody walked into a screening just before the film started and shouted as loud as he could, telling everybody how it ended.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I did hear that. Yes.
Yeah, apparently he got lynched. Apparently he got chased out of the cinema by a mob of really angry people, and he got lynched.
Oh god.
They do right, you know. There's nothing worse than someone that deliberately, you know, does that. You know, it's I don't know. So, what else do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about anything? Anything
So,
about
Lawrence, are you caught up with season 9 yet?
Oh, excuse me, just 1 second. Hello, mate. Yeah, you're all right. I'm just at home at the moment. I think Nags might still be open. If Nags might still be open in about an hour, maybe I'll come down. I'm just.
first time I found that out? You could actually mute somebody.
Oh, yeah, of course you can. You're the administrator, mate. You can do that.
He's on the phone anyway, so I just thought, well, let's do that. Sorry, Sam. Can't hear you.
We're all right, mate. I think you can unmute him now.
think. Just a minute. It will unmute. Just a minute.
It should unmute. Has he muted? He's not muted himself, has he?
No, I muted it.
Am I back now?
Yeah,
There
you're
we
back.
go. You must have to do it on your end. No, I muted you on my end while you was on the phone, and then
Sorry about that.
I tried to unmute you. Well, it's fine. So, you were saying something to Lawrence?
Yeah, I was saying, Lawrence, have you seen any of season 9 yet?
No, I haven't. I still haven't watched any more of the show, but
No worries.
Yeah, no worries.
I do wish Netflix would get more, but
Yeah, it's odd that because UK Netflix has only got up to season 5. I know over in America that I think they're all up to date now. It might obviously minus season 9, but they're up to about season 8. So they're still 3 seasons behind in the UK. I don't know why.
because the thing is, I should be going to my dad's in Poland at the end of this month, and what would be really good is we're spending a lot of time at the farmhouse. It'd be really good if they could get some more, and I could spend some time watching it because I could probably get quite caught up.
Yeah. I don't know why. They haven't updated ours. I mean, other Netflix is in different places, different countries. You know, they've
and I've got season 6 on DVD.
Yeah.
Have you started watching season 9 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the most recent episode today. It's episode 6, so yeah, I'm all up to date.
I'm a little bit behind on season 9, but I'll get caught up eventually.
Mm.
I might watch.
Yes. How have you guys been? 'Cause it's been a long time since I've actually spoke to you.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these.
How have you been, Lawrence?
Not too bad. I've been very good.
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 Yeah. No, lots changed really. Everything's booked for PonyCon, lads. The hotel, as you know, is sorted. Tickets are sorted.
All that's okay with me. Yeah, that's great, Sam. Thank God we were able to sort it out.
Yeah, no worries.
So I don't think you only owe me about, what is it, 30 quid now when we get to TFN?
40 quid.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Are you still all right with our TF Nation arrangement?
Yeah. I owe you 160 quid for TF Nation. We'll take 40 quid off what I owed you for the ticket for PonyCon, so I owe you 160.
Yeah. Just, you can't. It's odd, isn't it? You can't go live on mobile devices on YouTube anymore. You have to have up to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I don't know why they've done that. It's just stupid. It kind of. I mean, I'll be fair. It sort of impacts a small community, but YouTube have been doing that for the last few years. They've been kind of chipping away at the smaller YouTubers and restricting what they can do. I mean, realistically, I don't know why, but there is a smaller YouTuber channels that always seems to get affected the worst. It's a bigger channel because they bring in more revenue that don't really get affected. But I don't think it should really matter how many subscribers you've got. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't really do anything big with YouTube, but yeah, I don't think it really matters what you do. I don't even know how many subscribers I've got on YouTube.
I've only got so far. I've got about 22, but as I say, I appreciate that. And I never put pressure on myself to maintain loads of subscribers because then I won't enjoy it. So it'll just feel more like a chore if I.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't made any videos now for over a month on my channel.
I have 150 subscribers. That's not bad.
I have 310. I'm only joking. Well, I do, but I'm not gloating.
You guys going to go and see Detective Pikachu?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Detective Pikachu, and obviously I want to see Aladdin.
Yeah, I'm going to see that as well.
Because Aladdin that animated film was like one of my all-time favorites.
My all-time favorite Disney film is The Lion King. Always will be.
What I'm really interested in is to see the twist that Will Smith will put on the genie character.
Mm. There is only one genie, and that will always be Robbie Williams. Robin Williams is the genie. You know, I don't know why they didn't just really do a CGI genie and then put Robin Williams like voice over it to take all the stuff he said from the original film and do it that way.
Yeah, I could have done that, but I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go and see it. Gonna see Lion King as well. Star Wars.
Yeah, Lion King's. I think is Lion King out in June.
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see Dumbo. I'm not fussed about seeing Dumbo at the cinema, but
no, it's gone. It's not even in the cinema at the minute.
No, it wasn't out that long. I mean, I heard from a few people at work it was good, but I just never fancied it. It didn't really appeal to me.
It didn't really. I mean, the classic Dumbo movie is brilliant, but it's just that they're taking away the aspects of the talking mouse and Dumbo, and they've kind of replaced the talking mouse with a human. And obviously the whole set. I mean, I understand it is in our time. It's it's a circus, so it's not animals running a circus. It's just by coincidence he meets this mouse that can speak.
Yeah.
He goes on this journey with him to find his mother, and that's pretty much the story. And I understand you got to kind of add more to it for a live action movie, but I still like. I mean, I love Tim Burton. You know, I really like Tim Burton. I like his gothic style of directory and some of his past stuff.
Oh, so it's a Tim Burton film then, Dumbo?
Yeah. Tim Burton directed it. But in recent years, like the Alice in Wonderland films, he directed the first Alice in Wonderland film, the live action one. He directed the first one and produced the second one, but they're both a bit crap, apparently.
Did you ever see them? I saw the first one.
I saw the first one, but I've never been a big fan of Alice in Wonderland. I don't like the original. I don't like the animated film either. I don't know why. I've just never liked.
Before I started school, I have vague memories of being about 4 years old. Before I started primary school, I used to watch Alice in Wonderland every day when I got home from the nursery for about a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very popular thing. It's like Mary Poppins. You know, they're both really popular, but I don't like Mary Poppins either, and I don't like. I just don't know what it is. I mean,
so you haven't seen Mary Poppins Returns then?
No.
I thought it was quite good.
No, that's never been a fan of Mary Poppins. I don't know why. I do know why. It's the kids. The kids in the original one kind of really annoy me because they're real like, oh, daddy. Oh, daddy. I'm like, oh, God. Kids don't talk like that. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's done with the whole concept of them being top of the top, you know. They're all like fancy and posh and wealthy and all that crap.
They're posh. They live in a posh area of London, wherever it is. But, yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, they're supposed to be a well done for family, but I don't. I mean, when that film was done, that was normal practice for movies where actors and actresses were very quite well spoken and they were posh. But then when you got Americans, like American actors, they spoke normal.
Yeah,
like a bit of slang. But you know that kind of revolutionized how English actors spoke as well, where it got more slangy as time went on.
Yeah, as I say, normally when English play American roles, normally they're quite good at it. But this whole thing, when Americans try to play English roles, they're usually not so good at it.
No, not really.
The other thingy that the accent a bit. I mean, like, there's been a few times where there's been cringy moments where voice actors have tried to be British. There's only one mainly because I think his family are from the UK or somewhere in the UK. So essentially, he is essentially British anyway. But there's obviously he's American anyway. But there's a Funimation voice actor. I've forgotten his name now, but he played Sebastian in Black Butler.
Yeah.
In the English dub of Black Butler, and basically his British accent is brilliant. It's literally as if they've casted a British actor in America. He does have an American accent, but apparently his background is that he originally his family.
Yeah.
No. What it was, he had a teacher that taught him how to do he's like vocal coaching and things like that, and
Yeah.
it taught him to do stuff like that. And she was from Britain, and she had a very broad British accent, and it kind of rubbed off on him. So later on, it kind of whenever he played Sebastian, he kind of donned basically like a male version of that teacher, that female teacher that taught him and that. But yeah, I mean, I know where you're coming from, Lawrence. Like, you get some real cringy because literally they try to be British, but yet they sound Australian. I can't. Something goes into my head like, "All right, mate, all right, governor," things like that, and it's just like you don't sound British. You sound Cockney. Not Cockney. You sound Australian. Because if you listen to an Australian, they'll say, "Good night, mate." They're kind of like that. And then when the Americans kind of emphasize that, "All right, governor," that kind of thing, it kind of sounds like a mixture between British and Australian.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's kind of cringy. But it's quite funny. But I mean, at the same time, I don't like it when the typecasters like, "Oh, I'm British. I'm going to go drink tea." Yeah.
Are you guys doing anything for bank? Are you work? I assume you still work. It's obviously another bank holiday weekend, so.
Yeah, I'm not working tomorrow.
I'm not either. What to know?
Don't work weekend.
How are you doing, John?
Not bad. Still haven't heard anything from
I'll
you.
be back. I'm going to make a cup of tea, lads. We're back in about 5 minutes.
He's done that on bloody purpose, hasn't he?
What?
I just said about typecasting British about drinking tea, and he goes and gets a cup of tea.
Yeah, I like tea. I want a cup of tea.
You're just typecasting Britain, people.
We're British. We're meant to drink tea.
No, I drink coffee.
You guys, you're Yorkshire lads. You've got Yorkshire tea.
Exactly. Yorkshire.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
How are you, John?
Oh, not bad. Not bad. It's just same old same, really.
Still looking for work?
Yeah, still looking. Yep. Still applying, still looking. Not really got anywhere, really.
It's a pain in the arse, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
I'll probably stay on with you till around perhaps 11ish tonight. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, because it's bank holiday. Well, because it's bank holiday weekend, and I might nip out and.
Cool.
I've not been able to see you. I've not spoke to you guys for long. We haven't done this for nearly a month now, have we?
No, it's been a while since we last did a talk, but no, I'm looking forward to what's to come. TFN and UK PonyCon. Really interested. Gonna be interested.
I'm just so glad. I'm so glad that we get a few of those. We've got a few of those fan things at PonyCon. We've got those, like, we're going to get the plush and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to be the perfect place to actually get a few things. I mean,
yeah, definitely
something
I'm going to look for. I definitely want a Spike plush of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll have any sort of DVDs there or anything. They might do it. think you might get some DVDs if they got some there, or
I might do. I mean, if they've got some of the season box sets there, I might do, because I've only got the first 3 on DVD. First 3 seasons. I need to get the rest up to season 8.
I'm not sure what I'm going to particularly look out for at TF Nation, but you know, by all means, I'll try and bring the usual amount with me up, because I didn't buy so much last year. I bought a few little, I bought a few bits and bobs, but I certainly didn't buy as many toys. Some of the stuff I got was for free. I bought a few figures. Because what I've got left over at the end of it this year will probably go towards PonyCon, but I know we obviously won't need as much as that for PonyCon, because it's not as big, is it, as TF Nation?
No. I mean, well, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how big the I don't know how big it's going to be inside. I don't know how big the actual centre is where it's held. So we'll find out when we get there. I mean,
they might have some of the older Build-A-Bear plushies at the PonyCon if we're lucky.
Yeah, maybe.
I so want to get one. I so want to get the Luna one that Sam's got.
Yeah, I want to get. I'd like to get a few more, but personally, I don't think it's going to happen because, well, I don't know if you noticed, Lawrence, but I've got Pinkie Pie now.
Pardon?
I've got Pinkie Pie now.
You got Pinkie Pie?
Yeah.
Where did you get her from?
I found her at my charity shop. Someone donated her, and I found her right deep down in this like basket full of teddy bear things. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a Pinkie Pie, but I priced it up.
The first one I got was Fluttershy, and I found her in a charity shop in the donated items.
Yeah,
she was in great condition. She was only £4. Got her £4. So
I got her with my little bit of discount because I work there, but she only cost me about £2.60.
Is she a full size Build-A-Bear one?
This is a full size Build-A-Bear, same size as Pinkie Pie and Tempest.
Yeah.
So now I've got
that Trixie that I bought last year. I've got Trixie. I've got Rainbow Dash. I've got Tempest.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few now I've got. I mean, I don't have enough space to get loads of them, and to be honest, I don't want to get to the point where I've got literally just loads and loads and loads and loads of like stuffed toy things, like teddy bear things. I mean, I'm quite content. I mean, I'm quite content just to kind of get certain ones that I really like. I mean, I love Pinkie Pie, I love Rainbow Dash, I love Tempest, I love Spike. So I'm quite content really, because I've got a small Rainbow Dash as well.
Yeah, I've got a little Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, she's not a Build-A-Bear. She's like half size.
I think I noticed. I think I know the one. I think I've got the same one as you because I saw your picture of it.
Yeah.
Come on, Sam. It's going to take as long to make a cup of tea.
Oh, no.
Did you do anything? Did you watch a Star Wars film yesterday, by any chance? Or?
No, I didn't.
Because you went to see Endgame again, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to see Endgame for a second time. But...
So have you seen it in 3D now as well?
No, basically, it's getting quite difficult to even just see it now that it's been out for like 10 days. I mean, the film's been out for about 10 days now, and it's still having to book, try and like search for like free seats. You know, that's a screening.
I know, it's so popular, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still really
Yeah,
filling.
I remember. Yeah, when I went, I hadn't pre-booked. I got the very last seat.
Yeah.
So I was sat right at the front. So, but it was the only one they had left.
Oh dear me.
I look forward to going to TF Nation. Hopefully on the Thursday night. Shall we go to TJ Burgers?
Yeah, sure.
Is Lizzie going to come this year, or?
No, not at the minute. No, she's a bit on the fence about coming this year.
I suppose there's plenty of time for people to still change their mind, isn't there? So.
Yeah.
I've just found an old video of the poor dog that we lost.
Oh yeah. Well.
Hi, doggies. You having a wiggle? Yeah, my mum and her partner have gone over to China to see my sister because she's still out there.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm just going to enjoy the weekend. I mean, I think the shop that I work at, I think it's going to be, obviously because it's Bank Holiday Monday, I think they're going to be closed tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Another free day, and then I'm back to it on Tuesday. Then I'm at job centre on Wednesday. Take it from there. Come on, Sam. It doesn't take bloody half an hour to do a cup of tea. You put the bag in, you put the water in, leave it for a minute, take it out, put the milk in, then you're done. You're bringing shame upon those British. Being a Yorkshireman, you should be able to get that down in about a minute. I bet he's had to sort his dogs out as well. Yeah, there he is. You bring shame on Britain. You take too long to make tea. It should only take a minute to boil water, put it in, tea bag in, then done.
Doesn't take a minute to boil water in a kettle that heats up on a gas stove.
Oh yeah.
It don't take half an hour either.
Well, I have tea now.
True. Lawrence is going now.
No, I'm not. Not yet. I'll be on with you till about 11. Yeah.
So, yes. I think tonight I'm going to try and catch up on season 9.
Yeah.
I've only watched part 1 and part 2 of the first 2 episodes. So,
Yeah.
catch up. I might do that after the
I
stream.
might see if I can go back on. Might see if I can go back on that to watch cartoons. But the thing is, it did bring up some weird pages. But
Yeah, I've noticed that they're getting a bit weird, a bit ropey.
yeah, no one like giving you links to pornographic sites. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anything else anyone want to talk about?
you've been playing any games lately, guys?
Just playing a lot of Shadow War. That's all I'm really playing at the moment.
Did you ever play Doom, Sam?
What, the original Doom or the new Doom?
The new one.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, I bought it for the Switch. I really like it.
What, Doom Eternal?
No, Doom Eternal's not out yet.
That's the new one.
No, yeah, it's not out yet though. We're on about the one that came out the other year.
It's like, when did that come out? Because I would have known about it.
It's not out until August time or October.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. It's like, yes. What's
You still
more?
want a Switch?
Sorry?
You still want a Switch?
Yeah, I do. The prices are coming down on them now, though. Yeah, the prices are starting to come down a little bit on them. They're just over 200 quid for just, I think, the system. About 260, something like that. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait probably after TFN or after maybe later on, maybe at the end of the year. I might see about trying to, because obviously I'm not at the moment. My savings towards TFN, and then whatever I've got left after when we come home from TFN is going to go towards Ponycon.
So I'm really looking forward to Ponycon.
Have I paid you back for your hotel yet? No, for the tickets, sorry. Yet. So,
Yeah.
You talking?
Yeah, you pay me that, mate.
I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I originally said to come at 8, but the thing is, I was having a nap when I got home from my mum seeing the cat, and I just dozed off. So
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I had a feeling that maybe either you've gone to sleep or you're probably at your mum's or something originally.
yeah, because my dog's being looked after by a friend, but I've still got to look after the cat. So
Cool, not a problem. Right. I've got an idea to kind of liven things up. Let's see. Have we got any? Have we had anyone? No one's been talking to us. That's fine. No problem. Does anybody have any recommendations to play, music-wise, from MLP?
open up your eyes.
Okay. Oops.
But I would like to see some of the characters in season 9 return. I love to have Tempest. I'd love to see Tempest come back. I mean, The thing is, they have been back to Mount Ares at least 3 or 4 times in season 8 and season 9. So, I know season. I think they've been back season 9. I don't think they have, no, but they have been in season 8. So they've definitely kept that location in the series. I just love for Tempest to come back, even just for like one episode. Just nice. It'd be nice to see her again. I'd like to see her go back to Hunt Town and the pirate ship and all that as well.
Yeah,
I would.
It's time you learned a lesson. Time that you understand. Don't ever count on anybody else in this or any other land. I once hoped for friendship, to find a place among my kind. But those were the childish wishes of someone who was blind. Open up your eyes and see the world from where I stand. Be among the mighty, engaged at my command. Open up your eyes, fill up your sweet fantasy land. It's time to grow up and get wise. Come now, little one, open up your eyes. We all start out the same, with simple, naive trust. Shielded from the many ways that life's not fair or just. But then there comes a moment, a simple truth that you must face. If you depend on others, you'll never find your place. And as you take that first step on a path that's all your own, you see it all so clearly. The best way to survive is all alone. Open up your eyes, see the world from where I stand. Be among the mighty, caged at my command. Open up your eyes and behold the fading light. It's time to grow up and get wise. Come now, little one, open up your eyes.
I am curious about what the future will be
yeah.
for MLP.
I've got a lot of catching up to do, but
Yeah. I'm interested to see what the future will bring as well. We'll soon find out. I think we'll find out once the big conventions start to come around.
Yeah, definitely. You'll find out.
Stephen Davies.
And the real question is, like 20 years from now, will the Brony community still be there? Will they still be talking about it?
probably.
Gen 4 and all the stuff. I hope it is. I hope it's still there.
I think there'll still be some. I mean, what I said. Look, essentially, I think Bronies have been around since like the first generation. Because
Technically, the term Bronies was coined for the Gen 4, really.
yeah, they were kind of thinking that, but I think there was certainly male fans when it was Gen 1.
Oh, yeah, there would have been. I
Because
just think the only reason the fan base has become what it's become is because of the modern age, and the internet was kept part of the reason, really.
yeah, true. And 4chan.
Yeah.
I never claim to be perfect. My mistakes are all written in ink. None of us claim to be perfect, and it's sad if that's what you all think. Our flaws help to make us special. They bond us and keep us strong. Our flaws are what brought us together. So stop acting like something's wrong. We're not flawless. We're works in progress. We got dance and we touch words. But it's our flaws that make us work. Yeah.
Not flawless, but making progress. Without you.
They say I'm a big shot, that my ego's the size of a whale. My confidence comes off as cocky, but it gives me the courage to fail. Sure, I can be a drama queen, a bit stuck up, it's true. And I can be too eager to please. There's no thing as being too honest to, 'cause we're not flawless. We're work in progress. We got dance and we got words, but it's our flaws that make us work. Yeah, we're not flawless. We're work in progress. So tell me what flaws that do.
This is my MLP Season 6 box. I'm looking to see if 7 or 8 are available yet in the US, but they don't seem to be out on Amazon yet. So.
Yeah, I need to really catch up. I've got the first 3 seasons and most of the Equestria Girl stuff, but I need to get everything else that's on DVD at the moment for MLP.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I need to. Actually. I haven't watched any since the ones that I bought. They've got the first 3 seasons in the movie, but I need to get the Equestria Girl ones as well. Look at Sam there. So in high concentration as he stares intently at the computer screen, at the porn on his screen. Look at him. He's transfixed. As I cough up a lung. And yes, YouTube, you don't want to know what his past internet history is like. You really don't want to know.
Mainly just graphic cards.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, we'll believe that. So, anything else you want to talk about before Lawrence leaves us?
I'm going to play a song.
Look.
Everybody, we've got something to say. We may seem as different as the night is from day, but you look a little deeper.
I'd like to be a Brony DJ, so I can do remixes of all the classic songs.
Yeah.
Everybody, we're here to shout that the magic of friendship is what it's all about. Yeah, we thought we were different as the night is from the day until twilight. We party together all around. Generous honesty, laughter, kindness, loyalty. Twilight helped us each to see all that we can be. So get up, get down.
I've got my sea ponies.
We can work together.
Sea ponies. You know, the reason they brought back the sea ponies was largely because of fan one. Because they were pretty big in the original series, from what I've been told.
Yeah, it was.
Matter what I do, and if we're different, yeah, I want you to be true to you. If you follow me, we'll put our differences aside. We'll stick together and start working on that school pride. Jump up, make a sound. Hey, stop your hands, turn around. Start now, make a change. Gonna come around. Jump up, make a sound. Hey, stop your hands, turn around. Can't you let a wonder close? Help her win a crown. Jump up, make a sound. Hey, stop your hands, turn around. Start now, make a change. Gonna come around. Jump up, make a sound. Hey, stop your hands, turn around. Can't you let a wonder close? Help her win a crown.
I've made a decision. I'm going to catch up on the series now. I'm going to take as much free time as I can. I'm going to start watching again.
Good man. I need to catch up. I might try and catch up tonight. See.
Something strange is going on.
Oh, I saw this very funny made this fan made thing the other week on YouTube, as they do this thing called My Little Pony meets another famous franchise.
Oh yeah.
And I saw My Little Pony meet Sailor Moon.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really funny.
I like the one that they did where My Little Pony meets Batman.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You just kind of like, where am I? Yeah, Christ.
Yeah, there's a lot to it, but I am curious. I wanted to mention, but I am seriously curious about how the ending will be for MLP, how it'll all end. Time will tell, won't it? I need to got a video I need to start working on actually for the Brony channel.
Yeah.
Sort that out.
I really like this too.
Just give us a chance, that's when we fall in line. 'Cause we got the beat, we got the beat, we got the beat. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love the music.
I would say the music is definitely one of the reasons why it's such a popular
Yeah,
show.
it makes me think it's just as catchy, kind of, as Disney movie music.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Starlight was here. How strong friendships can be when we trust each other and work together. You've all taught me so much. Friendship used to make me so crazy, crazy. But you made it all so easy, easy. Now I don't have to say what I'm thinking. Already know without even thinking. You girls are the apple of
Yeah. All right, then. Has anyone else got anyone else anything else you want to talk about?
No, no.
When it comes to mind,
Okay. What are you guys doing tomorrow night?
No, at the moment, me personally.
Would you like to go on my channel, possibly?
yeah, can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Should we say? Should we say about? We'll say about just after 9. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, mate. Don't worry.
That's fine, man.
All right, then, guys. Well, it is great to talk to you. I say I'm very much looking forward to seeing you soon.
Yep, definitely. You too.
Okay, then, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
We'll do that.
Yep.
See you later.
See you later. Oh. Do 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 do. Well, I've been playing a bit of Spider-Man at the moment. The new Spider-Man game for PS4. And that. Been kind of replaying that again lately. Stopped playing it for ages, absolute ages. And I just kind of popped it in and thought, oh, it's still installed. Because with mine, I've got to bloody uninstall after so many games I put in it. So, but that's why, to be honest, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to stick with the one I've got and wait for the PS5 or whatever it's going to be, which is probably going to be in the next 2 years. Or should I chance at getting a PS4 Pro? But the only problem is getting a PS4 Pro. Yeah, okay, that's a 1 terabyte hard drive, but I lose the 4K capability because I don't have a TV to see the upscale.
You'd have to get yourself a 4K telly.
But I can't afford one. That's the problem. Or it would be easier for me to do a hard drive conversion. Because you can do that. Certain hard drives, internal hard drives you can buy that fit inside. And I think you need some sort of like a kit or something to do it with. But you can put like 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive in your PS4 instead of, which makes it cheaper and a cheaper alternative rather than having to get a PS4 Pro. You can just get yourself.
You're just talking about switching to a different hard drive, but
Yeah.
Realistically, you can certainly switch over the hard drive, but it does automatically void any warranty on the PlayStation 4 for some reason.
Yeah, Well, I'm not really that interested in warranty and everything because I've had it for a long time, so it's probably not even got any warranty on it anymore. I don't know. I'll see. I mean, I'm not in a big rush really. It's a bit of a pain in the ass really, just having to kind of. I can only put about 4, depending on the size of the games. I could probably fit about 5 or 6 games on the hard drive at any one time. And then on top of that, I've got apps on it as well, like Netflix and things like that. Which
Yeah, the apps won't take anything up, mate. They're nothing. They won't take a lot.
Oh no, they're not massive, but like I said, it all adds up a little bit. So you know, but like I say, I mean, it literally, I mean, at the moment, I've got Spider-Man on there. I've got FIFA. I can't remember what I've got on there now, but I've got about. I did have about 3 or 4 games on it last time I checked. But man's only, I think man's only the 500 gig version of the PS4, which is the original launch version, which is 500 gig, and then they released the 1 terabyte later. I mean, 500 gigs sounds like a lot, but it is a lot for like music and files and things like that. It is a lot of space, but it's for games, it's kind of useless, really, because games are getting so big now. I mean, I really want to play Red Dead Redemption 2, but I can't play it because it's literally I would say you need the 1 terabyte hard drive PlayStation to put that on because it's 100 gig. I think no. Yeah, it's about 100 gig, but I mean, like I say, it's a 500 gig console. I don't know. Actually, it might work. I don't know. I'll have to look into the specs of the game again. I think if it's 100 gig, or is it 1,000 gig? I can't remember now.
What game are you talking about?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
100 gig, mate. It wouldn't be 1,000 gig. That'd be a terabyte.
Yeah, it would be a terabyte.
No game on the planet that take up a terabyte. Bloody hell.
It might work on mine, but it might just mean I'll have to literally just uninstall. If you get all the games I've got, I'll just have that one on. Or maybe they only have 2 games on it. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty sure mine's the 500 gig version. I don't know, because mine's the one that came out, like the first generation PS4. Oh, dear me.
It largely just depends on what you want, really. Personal choice, really.
Yeah, true.
I simply can't imagine there'd be a day I wouldn't want to be walking
I mean, currently I'm watching this series at the moment.
Oh, Kanan.
Kanan.
I've heard
Quite
about.
impressive.
Yeah, I've heard about that series before, but I've not seen it myself. No, to get back into my anime, but when I started watching Kill la Kill for the first time for ages, well, I haven't watched any for a few days, so I'll have to pick that up again. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get all the anime that I currently have that are still sealed, that I've not watched all the way through, and literally just keep them where I can see them so that I know I'm aware of them, because whenever they're put away, I forget about them. So, yeah, my dad looks a picture there, doesn't he?
He does.
Definitely looks a picture. My dad will not be happy. It'll be funny. I don't even have to show you that side. I mean, it just kind of... Oh, wish a portal could open right now. Imagine that a portal opening. You go through it. You're in Equestria or Ponyville, but you kind of come up right when Pinkie Pie's having a mad moment. But oh shit. Well, I don't know what more you want to talk about, man. Don't know if you want to call it a night or if you want to keep going for a little bit longer.
See you, man.
That's up to you. I mean, we've pretty much covered what I wanted to talk about, unless there's anything else you want to talk about. I think for the most part tonight, I think I'm just going to try and watch a few more episodes of MLP and then maybe see about checking out a few more episodes of DXD or DD. It's not DXD, apparently, it's High School DD. You know,
In the UK, I think it's referred to as DXD.
Yeah, but apparently not supposed to pronounce the X in between the D's. Wow, that doesn't matter. Because obviously the DD stands for double D. You know what I mean?
But yeah, call it a night if you want. We'll pick up tomorrow with Lawrence.
Not a problem. I'll see what I'm doing tomorrow anyway. And at the moment, I've not got out on. I don't know what we're doing. But if I'm free, I probably might pop on.
No worries.
I'm just so glad to finally have all these lovely, all the MCU stuff finally. Yeah, most of my anime is all stacked here. So I need to go through it and just pick out stuff that I want to watch or rewatch. But that bookcase behind me, like right behind me, yeah, it's knackered. So one of the shelves has literally collapsed. It's resting on some DVDs, and if I was to move it, the whole thing would just collapse. So I need to fix it. some point, but I haven't had time to. So I might have a little look at it tomorrow. I might have a little look at it tomorrow, but I'll see. I mean, what I could do with is just getting a new shelf made, but or get a bit of wood to make a new shelf. But I don't know. See.
You gotta keep it balanced, mate. You don't want it all collapsing on you.
No. Well, luckily it won't collapse on me, but it'll probably destroy a lot of my anime box sets that's underneath. So I've got quite a lot of anime on that shelf. I've got not just anime, but there's films at the bottom as well that I've not managed to sort out. But I need to go through all my DVDs and get rid of have a bit of a purge and get rid of stuff that I don't watch. I haven't watched for a while. Just get rid of them. Well, we'll see. Because at the moment, I mean, I've still got plenty of room, space for DVDs on this shelf. Because I had quite a large purge. I got rid of a load of books, like graphic novels and things, and manga. That because I've read them all already. The ones that were on the shelf, most of them I'd read all of them, but I thought I might as well just get rid of them because they're just taking up too much room. And I managed to make a good full shelf there, full still. That's available. Or I could maybe watch a classic.
It is indeed a classic.
Or even better classic. Let's see. I need to get season 4 of Rebels as well at some point. Venom there. I haven't watched that since I got it. Anyway. Well, shall we call it a night?
Yeah, I can do, mate. Still, no doubt I'll see you tomorrow.
Completely going off for different tangents now. We're not even talking about ponies anymore.
Mate.
Nah,
No worries.
no, it doesn't. Nope. No, it doesn't matter. Well, man, I shall speak to you soon.
I'll speak to you tomorrow, mate.
We'll do, man.
Alright. Take care, mate.
All right. See you later.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And there we have it. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you've been watching while I've been doing it. It's gone on a bit of a weird tangent. Doesn't really matter. It's all a bit of fun. But Lawrence finally came in, and me and Sam, pretty cool. But we will be back very soon with more. So see you soon.